Hi everyone, Elizabeth here, and today I wanted to give you guys a quick lesson on color theory. So I have my color wheel handy. I still utilize my color wheel almost every time I'm formulating color, still to this day after doing hair for several years. So first I like to talk about the primary colors. So those are going to be the three most important colors because they create all other colors. So that's going to be red, yellow, and blue. From there we have our secondary colors, which you guessed it, that's whenever we mix a primary color with another primary color. So we are going to get our orange, our green, and our violet from that. And then from there we actually have our tertiary colors, which come from mixing a primary color with a secondary color. So we mix red and orange together, we're going to get red-orange. We mix yellow and orange together, we're going to get yellow-orange. We have yellow-green, we have blue-green, we have blue-violet, we have red-violet. And those are going to be all of the tertiary colors. Now, I know you're like, I know that, I learned that in like second grade. So we all did, but it's good to have a refresher sometimes just because we forget how important those colors are to us. We literally use them every single day as colorists. Now, moving on from there, it's super important to be familiar with complementary colors. Complementary colors are going to be colors that when mixed together, they're going to neutralize each other out or cancel each other out. They can be found opposite each other on the color wheel. So red and green, those are going to cancel each other out. Blue and orange, and purple and yellow, and so on. So those are all going to be super important tools whenever we're formulating or even doing color correction and so many other things that we do behind the chair. And the next thing I want to talk about is actually enhancing pigment, something people often forget to talk about when we're talking about color theory and how it can be utilized behind the chair as hairstylists. Now, let's say we have Sally come in. Sally's like, oh my gosh, I just love my red-violet hair you gave me last time, but I really want to enhance the violet. And it's like, great, I have a color wheel, I know how to do that. So we can look here, and Sally is sitting right here. She wants to be violet. That's so easy. We go here, we have blue violet. That's all we need to add to this, and we'll be meeting right in the middle there at that violet tone. Something else I really like to remind people of is that in the back of your color book, almost every single hair color line, I use Kenra, I love Kenra, so that's why I've got my Kenra swatch here. But you can actually see they label out all of their shades for me, so I don't have to guess where they fall on the color wheel. If I'm sitting there looking and I'm like, all right, you know, last time we put like an 8C on there, so I know I'll be sitting somewhere around there, I can literally go directly across and be like, okay, so we probably need like the 8SM, or we could even do like a 7A, and we can mix those together to cancel out that extra tone that we have going on if they wanted to neutralize. But yeah, that's how I like to utilize my color wheel, and I think it's super important to keep this handy at all times, no matter where you're at in your career. Next up, something I also feel like it's kind of overlooked whenever we're working behind the chair a lot, is this little guy. He's in the back of all of your books too. This is our level finder and our gray percentage finder, which it is the best thing for me. So our level system, all hair color goes from level 1 to 10, 1 being black, 10 being lightest blonde, palest blonde, extra light blonde, whatever you want to call it. It's the lightest that you can get while being healthy, mind you. If there's no underlying pigment in the hair, that is over processed. So keep that in mind. At a level 10, you should be like palest yellow, the inside of a banana peel-ish is usually the shade. So our levels are really important because that determines, you know, our mixing ratio, the volume developer we're going to use, how many levels of lift we're going to need to get to where we're going. So for our example today, we are going to talk about being a level 6 starting. So if we start at a level 6, just keep that in mind because I'm going to talk about underlying pigment real quick and we'll hop on back. So underlying pigment, this is all going to be exposed whenever we're going through the lightening process. It is something I feel that a lot of people just throw out the window because they're like, oh, there's other colors on it. It doesn't matter. Whatever level you are, if you put lightener on the hair, this is what will come out. It just is science. It is science. So just be prepared for that. Whenever you put lightener on level 6, you are going to get red-orange hair. So starting at 1 is going to be like a darkest red-brown shade, and then 10 is that palest yellow. So all of these pigments will be exposed. So now we're going to hop on back over, and today we're starting at a level 6. and we're gonna do a quick formulation so you guys can see the best way to use this. So if we're at a 6, we want to be a level 8. So that's really easy. That's 2 levels of lift. We can use 20 volume developer if we really wanted to. Get there one time, it'll be no problem. So we're gonna see all of these tones come out. We're gonna see red, orange, then we're gonna see an orange gold, and then we're just gonna see gold once we get to that level 8. That's how we know that we are at a true level 8, is once we only see gold pigment. If we see any bit of orange, we know we're still not in the clear to rinse, we're still at a 7. So this can be super helpful whenever you are considering rinsing your client early, because I know we all do it. We get back there and we're like, I don't know, it looks a little bit orange still. But no, use your level finder. Just remember, if there's any bit of orange, it's a 7. It's a 7. You need gold, just gold. So keep that in mind. And then once we're there, then we can use our color wheel and we're gonna tone. So something super important about staying on the level is that you need to know where you're falling with your underlying pigment, so you know what level to tone on. You need to tone on the level that you are lifted to. So if we are lifting to a level 8, let's say we got to that pretty gold, now we're gonna tone with an 8 violet. And we're gonna do that to neutralize the gold, so we just have a really neutral level 8. So if we use a level 10 on a level 8, a lot of times it's just not gonna do anything at all. 100% of the time, it will do nothing at all. And that is because at a level 8, your hair has so much gold in it. A level 10 toner is too pale and not potent enough to cancel out those unwanted tones. So let's flip the script. Let's say we want to be a level 10 today, so we lift all the way to a 10, and then, oh no, I only have level 8 violet toner. Well, if you put that level 8 toner on this level 10, then you have a high chance of leaving violet pigment on the hair, because that level 8 toner is going to have a lot more pigment, that level 8 violet versus that level 10 violet. The amounts of violet are way different because of the level difference. So the level difference makes a huge difference whenever you are trying to neutralize pigment or add pigment to it. So keep that in mind the next time you're formulating and toning. So I hope that this kind of was a little recap for you, and that you feel a little bit more confident, or like you gain some kind of insight whenever it comes to level finding, the underlying pigment, and the color wheel while working behind the chair as a stylist or a colorist. So thank you so much, and let me know what you want to see next.